Hello friends, Coolio here and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we are checking out a brand new hero collector called Counterside. Now the game is currently only available in Korea, and yes, the game is being developed by Nexon, but in today's video we are strictly just going to be talking about gameplay. Now if you guys enjoy this video, if you guys want to see more videos for Counterside, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So let's go ahead and jump into the game so I can show you guys the overall gameplay experience. Now, I will say one of the things with the game, it's only been out for a couple of hours now, and there have been some technical issues here and there. I've actually had the game crash and freeze on me a couple of times, and as well, there have been some long loading screens here and there. So if you are interested in checking the game out, I will have a download link down below. Just keep in mind that the game isn't super stable as of right now. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the game, and I want to talk about one of the few things I actually don't like about the game as of right now. Is you have these really beautiful 2D animated characters as you're playing through the story, and you have the text kind of displaying at the bottom and everything like that. However, there's like no voice acting at all in these parts, not even like little sound bites. Now, when you're interacting with your characters, sometimes you can get sound effects and stuff like that, but just going through the main story itself, there's no like sound at all, no voice acting. So honestly, if you really want to get into the story, then go ahead and, I don't know, translate whatever you want to do, but really just go ahead and skip it as of right now. So now, I actually ended up picking this specific stage to show you guys the overall gameplay because things can get pretty hectic in Counterside, and this stage actually kind of goes through and briefly talks about the summoning and deploying of units. Now, each of your units, each of your characters that you have a specific type and a style of combat. They are either like defenders, rangers, snipers, assault characters, and they have specific types. So this one I'm about to summon only attacks ground units. Some units can attack both ground and air, and then some units can only attack air units. So let's go ahead. We're gonna summon our defender right here. We're gonna summon an assault character, and then one that can attack all enemy units. So there you go, they get summoned onto the battlefield. Now it costs a certain amount of scramble energy in order to summon these units, which you can see down here at the bottom. And then the unit that you have selected as your leader actually ends up getting their scramble energy decreased by 1. So it's kind of a nice way to kind of figure out how you want to build your team. Or if you have like a leader that's really good, or like a unit that's really good, you may want to make them your leader so their scramble cost is decreased. Now you have special passive abilities, which is what it's talking about here on the bottom right, that will help out your units, and you have ultimate abilities. Now these abilities are actually given to you from your ship, which we will talk about that a little bit later, but this ship right here actually has active and passive abilities that you can use when you're playing through the game. Now usually in most of the combat stages, you have your ship or your tower on the far left, and then you have your enemy's tower on the far right, and you're summoning units from the left side of the screen to then attack enemy units on the right side, eventually making your way over to the enemy's tower, and then you're able to then go ahead and destroy it. So we're gonna go ahead and let my team push their way through, getting the victory. Now I wanted to show you this specific stage just to kind of slow things down to show you what like deployment and the units and stuff like. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna head back, and I'm gonna show you a stage that I just recently played, and I'll show you things can get really hectic, like kind of crazy. So the actual gameplay itself is broken down into two specific types. You have your deployment section, which is what we're doing right now, and then you have your overall combat section. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually just deploy our first squad. So you can see our squad right here. Now your squad is actually broken down into two parts. You have your ship, which again gives you your passive and your ultimate ability, and then you have your units. Now your units can have different types. Like I said, they have assaults, they have rockets that attack towers, they have defenders, they have snipers, and they also have a different type of attack they want to do. So this one attacks all units, this one attacks specifically only ground units. I actually don't have any that attack air units, which is something I may need to go and fix for my team. Now this character right here is actually the leader for my team. You can go and swap out your leader whenever you want. If I want her to be my leader, I can go ahead and swap it out, and it's displayed by this icon who your leader is. We go ahead, and then you can actually click on the info, and it gives you an overall idea of that specific unit. You can see like the type chart that you have right here. Now the really rare units are the counter units, which is the one here on the far left. This is like kind of like the overall category of the unit. Their overall type, which is down here. So you have like assault, rangers, snipers, defenders, support, like rockets that take down formations or towers, and then like towers. And then you have the overall type of attack. So you have attacking ground units, attacking air units, and then both. And then types of deployment and like types of movement and everything like that down here at the bottom. You can see their stats here on the far right, their abilities, and then this down here is actually the equipment system. You have your armor, you have your weapon, and then you have an auxiliary. And then you can also go and click on this and see the full 2D art, which again, if you guys ever follow my videos, I love it when you can actually see the full 2D art of the beautiful characters that are in the game. So let's go ahead and head back. We're gonna go ahead and deploy this first team and deploy our secondary squad. Now each squad will cost a certain amount of crystals, depending on the types of units that you use, like the rarity and how powerful they are. We'll go ahead and deploy, spending some of our energy. Now, as you're playing through this deployment section, you'll notice with your squads on the bottom right of their icons is this sort of bullet icon. Now that stands for how many actions that they can take before engaging in combat, they can automatically be destroyed. Meaning if I were to move my Jeep and attack this hive right here, that's gonna cost 1 bullet. And then if I move him again and attack this hive, it's gonna cost 2 bullets. If he has 0 bullets and he gets into combat with an enemy, he will automatically be destroyed and be completely useless. So you have to kind of figure out the strategy of how you're gonna move your squads and make sure that squads aren't defeated here and there. We're gonna go and we're gonna move this one and attack this hive. Now, if you end up attacking an enemy hive or unit or squad, and you have a unit that's actually adjacent or diagonal to yours, you will then get access to the leader of that other squad, and that leader will actually be summoned completely for free onto your team. So let's go ahead and summon a couple of defender units, some assaults, and this character down here. Now, the combat of this game can get absolutely crazy. That's why I wanted to show you kind of like the deployment on that other screen, because combat gets really, really hectic, especially if you have a whole bunch of units just summoned onto your side of the field. Like if I just go ahead and just go crazy and summon a bunch of units, you can see things are just gonna get nuts. I have no idea what's going on. Now, some of your units, as you progress and you upgrade them, will unlock their ultimate abilities. Now, as they're playing through the different stage and as they're defeating enemies, they will be able to activate their ultimate ability, which this like icon will appear above their head. You can activate it and they'll go and they'll attack the enemy unit. And look at that, we got ourselves a new soldier to add to our team. Now, with the actual combat being so crazy, that's one thing that can be kind of hard, is if you're playing on a phone, you can't really see what's going on. And if one of your characters has an ultimate ability to use, the only indicator that you really have is the icon above their head. And if everything's going absolutely crazy, it's kind of hard to go and pick and select that icon and make sure that you're activating your ultimate ability. So, okay, here we go. We got another hive that we're gonna take down. Now let's go and summon a couple of these units up front. Now, one of the units I just ended up getting through summoning is an SSR unit, which I'm about to summon right here. Now, oh, and the game just froze. Okay, I will be right back once I get the game uploaded again. Okay, so it actually looks like they deployed a small patch to hopefully fix a couple of issues. So let's just go ahead. We're just gonna jump straight back into combat. I think I was deploying a unit onto the field. Here she goes. Okay, so you can see there's actually this kind of red area down here at the bottom. As you go through and you destroy certain health bars of the enemy, which you can see I'm about to do up at the top right any second now, I can then go ahead and deploy units farther down the line. Now, I did summon a unit, or I was going to summon a unit. I don't know where she went. Oh, we can have an ultimate ability. Let's go ahead and activate our ultimate ability. And she died. So now we can't activate. Wow, I was really, really slow on activating that ultimate ability. But the next stage, I'll be able to show you what an ultimate ability looks like. Now, I ended up summoning a unit onto the field, and she has a specific type of movement where she just moves straight across the field, straight to the enemy tower. She's this character right here. So you have to keep those different kinds of units in mind, because I didn't realize that at first when I summoned her. Totally forgot she only attacks towers, and she went directly to the enemy base and ended up getting killed by the enemy units. So let's go ahead. We're going to end our turn. It's now the enemy's phase. Now let's go ahead and attack the enemy. So this is the final boss of this stage that we have to take down. And hopefully I'll be able to show you guys what an ultimate ability looks like. But this actual fight right now is going to get crazy. There's like one boss that's like 3 times bigger than that one. Okay, we've got a defender. I'm going to go ahead and summon her down. Hopefully she can take the most of the brute force. Now this one, what's cool about this fight is this boss, instead of being a stationary tower, will actually move forward and attack your units as well. Now, your ship has special passive and ultimate abilities that you can use. I'm going to go ahead and activate one of the ultimate abilities now so you guys can see what that looks like. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. So yeah, again, things get absolutely crazy on the battlefield. One of my units is about to activate an ultimate. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. You guys can see what it looks like. Boom, and that's what the ultimate looks like. Most of the ultimates kind of look similar to that. They kind of flash across the screen and do kind of a small little animation. Nothing super crazy. And we took them down. So there we go. That's the combat. It's definitely, at first, gets kind of crazy and hectic, but I think honestly, like once we get into some of the higher level content, you're really going to have to focus on the counteracting of different units. Because there's one stage where it kind of teaches you, like, they send like full flying units, and if you summon ground units that can't attack flying units, you're kind of screwed. There we go, we just defeated it. Let's go ahead and head back home. Now, I want to talk to you guys about some of the other stuff that's in the game right now. Ooh, there's a banner talking about some of the summonings. Let's go ahead and take a look at the units that we have. I think it's this one. Nope, that's not what I wanted. It is this one. So these are all the units that I currently have. I have 3 SSRs. I've gotten 2 simply just by playing the game, and I got her through the actual summoning. Now, I went through and I actually showed you guys some of the other stuff, but I do want to show you some of the characters themselves because you can't really see them well when you're actually playing the game and things get absolutely crazy. Oh, look at that. That's my new waifu right there, that truck. So, yeah, they have some really cool looking character designs. Both waifus, husbandos, whatever you want to call it, you know? And some robots and trucks and jets if you really want those. But yeah, I've actually been liking the character designs so far in this game. And they even have, for certain segments of the game, you can actually find, we go to the book real quick and look at one of these characters. They even have chibi characters for like certain sections of the game, I believe. So I do like the fact they have like the full 2D models when you're playing the game and not chibi characters, but some people may really like the chibis, and so they are there. So let's go ahead and end this video by doing a couple of summons, and hopefully we can actually get through it, because the summoning is where I've actually had the game crash on me most of the time. Now, the summoning in this game, again, is actually kind of interesting compared to other games, but also similar at the same time. Now, if we go ahead and actually jump into the summoning, now, just like in other games, when you go and you do a summon, they will actually be set on a specific timer. You can either let the timer wait out, or you can use, think like quick summons to go ahead and just end the time right away and summon the character. But instead of like picking tags or having it kind of like randomized for certain things, what you do is if you want the highest chance to get an SSR character, you want to crank your actual in-game goal to the max, which has the SSR rate at 3.5, which honestly is actually a pretty dang good rate. And then over here on the right side is actually the different types, like attacks and stuff like that, so you can actually move this about. So if you want a specific type of character, like a sniper that attacks like air units, you can go and pick sniper that attacks air units. I really, really like that. Then we go ahead, let's do 2 for now. We're gonna go ahead and summon, and then they are set on timers. Now, the longer the timer is, I believe the higher rarity that unit is. So let's go ahead, we're gonna try to do an expedited summon right here. A new member arrival, so that means we're gonna get a brand new character that we don't have yet. But again, cross your fingers, hopefully the game doesn't crash on me. Now, some of the animations actually do change. If you get a SSR character, they actually have a couple of different people here on the side. And then the glow as well is different too, so. We got ourselves a 4-star character, which is just a regular normal rarity character. Head back, we're gonna go ahead and do this one. We got another new character. And it is another 4-star normal rarity character. Let's keep going. Let's keep doing a couple. I may have actually ended up picking the sniper. So I did get one of the counter characters in SSR. Now the counters are supposedly some of the rare characters to get. So all the way to the maximum. Let's kind of move this about. I don't know what any of these words mean. And do 2 more. So we've got one at about 2 hours and one about 30 minutes. Another 4-star character, sniper. We already have them. Okay, nothing special here either. Another 4-star character, which I already have her. Let's do 2 more summons, all the way to the max. Both at about 1 hour and 20 minutes. Ooh, we didn't get a secondary person. Another normal character, skip. I think this is gonna be another normal one. Okay, we've got to go till we get something really cool. So normal. Come Come on, come on. Give us something cool.
성실한 분이 오시면 좋겠네요. 마무리되면 말씀드리겠습니다.
Oh, come on. We got them. Wait, that's like the third time we've gotten that character. All right, come on. One more. Come on, give us something good. I don't think it's going to be another normal character. We got a tank. Yes, we got a rare tank. It's beautiful. Oh, it's just so beautiful. Okay, come on. We gotta do a few more. How many more tickets do I have? I have one more ticket. So let's go ahead and just do one more ticket. And here we go. Ooh, 2 hours and 40 minutes. Could be a good one. I'm gonna let it play out. We got 2 people this time. We didn't get a computer. Usually there's like a computer if you have an SSR, but we got 2 people. I think we got an SR character. We did get a 5-star SR character, and she looks like a schoolgirl that's carrying a Gatling gun. That's kind of scary. So there you guys go. That is Counterside. Brand new hero collector. I've actually been having a lot of fun. Hopefully things don't end up getting screwed up down the line, if you know what I mean. And again, you guys keep an eye on the channel because I will have more videos about the game coming down the line. Hopefully they get things more stabilized because again, that's the biggest problem I've had with the game is the stability of it. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more mobile gaming videos coming soon. Okay, friends, I'll see you next time.